All right, hi everybody. So today's episode was okay. I think what really pulled it through was Beth Maitland's performance as Tracy, and also Cait Fairbanks as Tessa, and also honorable mention to Michael Grazade. He's my guy, so I'm always gonna mention him. Okay, so uh, we have Michael Miller and Jack and Peter Bergman are aces. Okay, I really buy which is really a props to both of them, but you can tell that Peter Bergman has been doing this a while because he can gel with pretty much anybody, and you really buy whatever relationship he's trying to portray. Like when he's with Michael Miller, I say father and son. Oh, okay. And then with Jason Thompson brothers and with Beth Maitland, brother and sister. Obviously, I mean it's so obvious. So kudos. Yeah. Okay. So I'm getting more of the story, which is kind of funny. Okay. So of course Victor had something to do with it, which is what I said before. Okay. So he not only allowed Jack to be altered or whatever in an altered state. And then he stuck uh, Patty Williams on him because they had a thing back in the day apparently, and she apparently has some kind of mental something. I don't know. And so he says, "Well, thanks a lot because not only did you put me in an altered state, but then you stick Patty on me, and you know that she's kind of I don't know." And then he's like, and then of course Eric Braden, which Eric Braden is also great with everybody. He says Patty Williams. I haven't heard that name in a long time, and he's like, "Oh come on." Jack is like, "Oh come on." Okay, so then that's why because Diane Susan Walters Ashby caught them together and then threw him out of the house or left or something. I'm assuming she left. And then so that's the problem. Okay? And now Nikki of all people, which is really odd. Why is Nikki okay? Now I have questions on top of the questions I already had, which is why is Nikki so invested in what happens with Jack? I'm starting to believe what everybody else is kind of talking about. I'm not really sure if they're going to put them together again, but I am kind of concerned about why is Nikki's pre you know so invested in what's going on with Jack when she's married to somebody else. That doesn't ring true. I don't know. If I was married to somebody and he was more talking about somebody else, I would be kind of concerned. Um, just saying. Okay, so of course Michael Miller says that he's gonna be on Diane's side, and Jack lets him know that he's all torn up about it and that he wishes he could do something about it. And then Michael Miller, being the smart man that he is, woohoo, says, just give him some time because she thought your marriage was on solid footing. And this is like imploding the whole thing. So give her some time. And I'm like, yes, a good man. Yes. Okay. And then Beth Maitland. I'm getting to Beth Maitland. Um, okay. So then Nikki asked Tracy what's going on with Jack. How's Jack been doing? Whatever. But that was the last part of the storyline today. Okay, so I'm not trying to skip over Cait Fairbanks. I'm not. I just my brain didn't go orderly today. Okay. Okay. So uh somehow Mariah Cameron Grimes is convinced that she should be allowed to be put in some facility so she doesn't have to serve jail time, which means they might actually use Cameron Grimes at some point. Now, me being the pessimistic person that I am with storylines sometimes, I'd say, well, don't count your chickens. Because whenever they, hold on, quote unquote, put you somewhere, that means they're not going to write for you for a while. Because do you really think they're going to have her in some facility and shooting and somebody comes to visit every once in a while? It's not cost effective and or productive. Why would they do it? I'm just saying. Okay, so then Cait Fairbanks gets my star for today. Well, one of the stars for today because she is playing Tessa brilliantly. Okay, she's conflicted. Once again, the conflicted thing. But she wants to support her wife because, okay, she filed for divorce, but I don't think the paper's gone through yet because they still say your wife, your wife, your wife. So, okay. So she still wants the best for Mariah, right? But yet she still has feelings for Daniel, too. So now the question becomes, who is she going to be with? Are they going to stick with Mariah and Tessa or Taraya or Daniel or Dessa? I'm guessing Dessa. Although I don't really like any of those names for the couple name. Even Dessa doesn't make sense. Okay, anyway, I digress. So yeah, the next question is who is she gonna be with? But Cait Fairbanks is not gonna have a part. So there you go. All right, bye everybody.